Wow, and there's lots of like little stories in between there, which we're going to get into later, which I'm sure the listeners will enjoy as well. But you've been working really consistently and hard at honing your craft. That's come across quite a lot during our conversations to me, and also in simplifying your message and getting your message out there about the subjects of cybersecurity. And obviously that's just started to pay off more in recent years because you've actually been invited more and more to mainstream media to share your advice and opinion with the audiences. Can you maybe share how that's gone for you? Have you noticed a difference in how you actually have to express yourself and communicate, or have you had to overcome any challenges about actually doing that on national TV?
Yeah, I didn't even plan on going to this level. I mean, I just wanted to get the message out to the public around all sorts of cybersecurity. Because when I realized in the police force that not many people knew what I knew, I realized that there was this, say, gap in every individual market that needed advice. So, I actually got invited to the BBC studios just before the very first COVID lockdown in 2020. Absolutely petrified, and they wanted me to go on a business news and talk about some advice and some research that I'd looked into. I was petrified, so nervous, live in the studio. I'd never done this before. I think once I'd been on the radio and didn't like that, but this was at a whole new level. And I sat there and I did this interview. I will never look at it ever again. Sadly, it is actually on YouTube, but I would never like to look at it because I would just feel that dread again. I hated it. And in fact, I even came away saying, I will never do that again. I was adamant on that. I just thought, why would anyone put themselves through such a horrible fear of, you could say the wrong thing, or you could get something wrong, or you get trolled, or you might look silly. I mean, all these things are in your head. At the same time, you've got to deliver this message. And they're cracking on saying, right, you've got people around you counting down, and there are all sorts of things going on. And it was just so overwhelming.
Confidently navigate your brand's future, fit for purpose and poised for success.